Well, we're going to have to move along because we have a short time period, but let's talk about bike lanes, particularly the lanes that were added on Old Georgetown Road, where the geniuses in Rockville have reduced a 6-lane road to 4 by having dedicated bike lanes in each direction. Marc, there on the Nextdoor app, there were comments like the closing of Beach Drive, lanes taken away on Old Georgetown Road there seems to be a vendetta against us people that need to go to work. What do you think? Quickly.
Well, full disclosure, I did a piece on this for the duck pin called Virtue Cycling, which probably tells you where I come out on this. Listen, the census data shows there are only about 3,000 people in Montgomery County who commute by bicycle. They're overwhelmingly men, 77%, and young. So this is over catering to a very, very, very small minority at the expense of the, say, 300,000 plus commuters that are in cars by themselves.
All right, Nancy.
Well, look, there have been deaths. There have been a lot of fatal accidents with bicycles and cars, and there are places where there's speeding, and sometimes structural changes are important. But limiting access to Beach Drive the way the District of Columbia is doing, and Montgomery County hasn't said a word about it, has going to have a big impact on Kensington and Silver Spring Heights, who travel that way to work. Of course, our work patterns are changing, so that's big. But go to downtown Silver Spring if you like. It's difficult to get around in a vehicle there because they've been limited more lanes than that over there,
Well,
Casey.
They hate drivers, Nancy.
I don't disagree with you. It's a deterrent, certainly to shoppers and people using the retail in that vicinity.
All right, so Maricé and Mike, you each have about 30 seconds. Maricé.
Just a heads up, we have $110 million that we're going to be using, and the state delegations on board that we're in 55 million of those funds are going to be right here in downtown Wheaton. So the bike lane network is just going to expand.
And Mike.
I have to say that's primarily a down county issue. If we have bike lanes up here, they generally only go a block or two and then they stop. The biggest problem we have with bike lanes or lack of bike lanes is the fact that people come up from down county on the weekends and take up all of our roads with all of their pelotons. That's the biggest challenge we see when it comes to bike lanes.
Well, I left my spandex at home. So I just want to say I'm thrilled that everyone is upset about the bike lanes as much as I am. And Andrew Friedson is your District 1 council member. Complain to Andrew, because even during non-rush hours, the backup on Old Georgetown Road in front of the new high school that's being built is insane. Anyway, we got to wrap it up. Stay tuned for Party Shots.